Good evening. This is the third Easter meditation. I'm recording it live, so hopefully it will work. And I will again read it from the original manuscript. A grave pastoral concern manuscript. A grave pastoral negligence is our fallenness. That is, we know we are fallen, but this becomes an excuse for us not to bear our cross. So we say, "Oh, I am fallen, therefore it keeps us from walking in the newness of life." And it's an example of how we sometimes follow the law, which we should, but we forget about grace. The Lord's Prayer, as we discussed in the last meditation, helps us to embrace God's promise to transform us, so to lead us away from that habit where we use fallenness as a reason not to live that Christian life. By forgiveness, we are no longer our sin as an excuse. This is what it means to meet the risen Lord. He is knocking on our hearts. In practices like the Lord's Prayer, we open our hearts. You remember the short reason for why we say the Lord's Prayer twice. Last week I gave the longer reason. The short reason is that Queen Elizabeth became queen. This is Queen Elizabeth I, and said that there should be no more reformations. So there was a lot of tumult, and she became queen and said, "We need it. Just keep what we have." And at that time, the prayer was in place, so that's why they kept it. And reflected in Acts of Parliament. So we are given our prayer book by Acts of Parliament in 1549, 1552, 1559, 1662. Over a century, there were multiple Acts of Parliament. And along with the sovereign, they represent the consensus of the church. In other words, the contents of the prayer book, practices of the church, are public concern. The church leaders sought to develop a prayer book that would include the entire English society. And